Come live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove, that valleys, groves, hills and fields, woods or steepy mountain yields, and we will sit upon rocks, seeing the shepherds feed their flocks by shallow rivers to whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals. If these delights thy mind may move, then live with me and be my love. What do you think of this poem? Do you like it? Being too over the top with your compliments takes all the sincerity out of them. Every art requires its own expertise, and I am no expert in reciting poetry, so of course I have to prepare ahead of time. Since I'm a consultant, it wouldn't do to let the producer of the show see me in a last-minute panic prepping for that. Behind the scenes, I'm always hard at work for you. I understand. Perhaps in the future, I should only take part in shows produced by you. Then before I go on a show, I'll be sure to get Miss Producer's opinion about it. How about that? What are you looking at? It's not a play review, but I saw this letter just now before the start of the show, and I would quite like to share it with everyone. However, it appears the author of this letter is a female, so I'm afraid it would be a bit distracting if I read it. Might I ask Miss Producer to help me read it? My apologies, but I'm unable to answer. These questions perhaps require a professional consultant. However, I did once read an article about the psychological concepts related to possessiveness, which I could share with you all. The following is only for reference. Possessiveness usually manifests as an extraordinary cherishing of someone and concern for someone in all facets of life. Only allowing the person to develop a relationship with you, while not allowing others to get close to that person. If you feel like the person doesn't belong to you alone, you will use all kinds of means to proclaim your ownership of this person. That is just the plain definition. It's not enough to determine whether a person's possessiveness is severe or not. However, moderately satisfying one's possessive urges is certainly not a bad thing. If our desires don't get alleviated to some extent, it can intensely sweep away what was originally a healthy, balanced love. And more importantly, possessiveness is not a psychological disorder. It is a natural consequence of intense love, a human instinct. I thought her to be a canary fidgeting on the windowsill. Every morning when the sun rises, she sits at her window combing her hair, grooming her feathers in the blazing sunshine. Her colorful plumage is so alluring because she spends the lion's share of her time upon it, gently combing her brush through it again and again. Every time she does, I will stand behind her, holding a hot cup of tea, silently waiting. I know that in this moment, she is entirely mine and mine alone. Only I know what thoughts lie in her heart. Only I understand the whole of her. We will be forgotten by the world here. The strings of fate tie us together. Before meeting that duke, she would only sit before that window. It's my bird, and mine alone. But she should know, if she flies away, she will be scathed all over by those rakish playboys. She will discover that the sky is full of canaries, as beautiful and fragile as she, and those playboys need only twitch a finger, and those feathers she cherishes so will be plucked bare. If this is to be her end, if it can only be like this, then her feathers should belong to me. They can only belong to me. In one brief minute, you seemed to want to say something to me, but then held your tongue 5 times. Well, I think I'll take that as a compliment. I just expressed the character as I understood it, that's all. But to receive praise from a producer like you feels quite good. And thank you for inviting us to be on the show. My program participation rights all rest with this lady here. If she agrees, then of course I have no objection. About why I agreed to take part in this show. I just pay particular attention to you, that's all. But I think what you really want to know is, why did I invite you to take part in this show? I know that unlike other people, we're always busy taking care of our own affairs, and that it's hard for us to see each other, so we rarely take up each other's time. And I also know that to the best of your ability, you give all the leisure time you have over to me, bringing me nutritious lunches, attending my new book launch, and taking me to see the springtime through your eyes. So I want to tell you, whether you can see it or not, I'm also striving to possess all of your free time. Taking part in this show is, to me, like watching a movie with you. I just treat it as our special time, just for you and me. You're perfect the way you are now. Well, let's start doing this dialogue. The director is waiting to record us. If you read that to me, then that will be your first mistake. This letter will never be sent out, just like my bird shall forever remain in her cage. You belong only to me. So sweet. The tea, I mean. The person that I want to possess ultimately will possess me too.